So, the last time I left off was where the sludge villain was infected with an unactive strain of two viruses. I'm just going to leave it at there. Sludge villain is infected. I will keep that in mind. And actually, you know what? I'm going to do something after ESG about. So, um, excuse me. So this is Wolfblood, brand new video. Yeah, brand new. Um, this, I guess warnings first. Blood gore, fasting. You give a drill. Normal stuff. Give me a second. Alright, so, if you hear noise, that's my family downstairs. I'm at my dad's. So you, um, how am I going to start the video off? I know it. Deku will be just arriving home, and Inko has, Inko will ask, why is Deku late? And Deku says, villain, I ran into villain, mom, sorry. Inko says, what, you ran into a villain? And Deku says, I also ran into All Might. And Inko says, huh, kinda funny how that worked. And Deku says, yeah, true. So, what you been watching? Mom, Inko says, well, I've just been watching news. Apparently, the Umbrella Corporation's beginning to work on, some type of cure for for cancer now. So many people are working on it. I still can't believe it. And Deku just sat down, saying, yeah, I remember Umbrella. How long have you been here? The, Iko said around, the company itself, it's about 100 years or 200 years old. And Deku says, oh, alright. So, time for the 10 months training. I want to say, for 10 months training, Deku decides to go to the beach. I can't remember the beach name. Oh well. So yeah. When Deku gets there, he actually surprisingly All Might and Meryl there. So, not gonna lie, I forgot what Meryl's name is. So yeah. Deku says, hey, All Might. And All Might looks over her at Deku, saying, oh, hello, young Midoriya. How are you today? I came here to train, actually, and I'm doing pretty well. And All Might says, what are you training for? Oh, wait, never mind, I know. The entrance exams for UA, right? And Deku says, yep. Mirio says, I want to fight you. Come on. We're going to be training, right? And Deku just looks at him like, what? No, no. Um, I'm, I, fine. And and Miro says, now it's a fire, huh? And Deku says, and not much of a talker. Ooh, I didn't tell you the personality of Deku. Deku isn't, he's more shy with his wife. He's not nervous at all, he's just more shy. Yeah. And Miro says, um, so you want spar? And Deku says, yeah, sure. And Deku says, um, mate, should we, are we allowed, is it okay if we, actually, you know what, let's use zero quirk. And Miro says, deal. Just to let you know, Deku's, raw strength is, um, will be his normal strength. Deku is very strong. I want to say he'll be on Wesker's strength, just normal strength base, and yeah. So Wesker's strength, I'm going to put at about 10% of all for one. I'm one for all, not all for one. Jeez, wrong quirk. Um, Once I figure out polls, I'll probably put something up. I don't know. Probably not. Um, Deku says, yeah, no quirks. I don't think we're allowed to use quirks. Only says, you're allowed, but honestly, I think that's a good idea, my dog. See your base strength. And Deku says, thanks, all right. And Deku and Miro just went at it. I want to say Deku figured out Miro's plan pretty easily. And when Deku hits Miro, he sent him flying. Just like Miro says, I thought you said no quirks. And Deku's stand there said, that's my normal strength actually. I want to see if he's using 1% of my natural strength. And Miro says, what? You're so strong. Teach me your ways. How you got so strong? I was actually naturally this strong. I mostly, I just started training about 2 years ago. And all my when he hears of this, he's naturally this strong. Jeez. And Deku says, come on, let's keep going. And Miro just got a smirk. They went at it for hours. Miro was just tired. He was basically out of energy. I want to say Miro. I want to say he can last about maybe an hour of fighting, but Deku, he has endless amount of energy since he's no longer human technically because of a black light virus and the T virus flowing through his veins. And Deku just went out with him. So yeah. Ooh, I need some pictures of the hunter so soon. Nah. So Deku, um um, Deku was actually doing pretty well. I want to say a, actually, did I have, no, Inko's no longer in the story. Scratch that, part where I said you went home to Inko. Ooh, so I even keep him, I'm going to keep him here for a little bit. Then, I might turn him into vigilante, maybe, depends. And no, it's great. So, Deku was training with me, and just been doing his thing. Then, I say about after the 10 months past the beach, I say about 1 month, Deku cleaned half a beach and Mero barely got his half done. We split up, so yeah. And All Might says, young Midora, you're so fast and super strong. Kratos, how are you this strong? And Deku says, well, like I said, I'm using my natural strength. I'm not even using my quirk. All Might says, can you show me your quirk, please, young Midoriya? And Deku just forms his claws in front of All Might, saying, these are my claws. I'm a shapeshifter. Yeah, so technically my quirk is a mutation type. Also, plus, since I'm a shapeshifter, I got basically insane healing as well. All Might says, alright. How about you, fight against me, young Midoriya? And Deku says, alright. And All Might says, use your quirk as well. I don't think that's a good idea. I have my claws and plus my art enhancement. And All Might says, don't worry, young Midoriya, you won't hurt me. So, Deku was fighting with All Might. I want to say Deku did, devour a little bit of the slime, so he did gain a little bit of biomass from the slime villain. So, this unlocking the biomass, but not yet biomass fizz. Muscle mass. Muscle mass. So, when Deku was fighting, he was having a very hard time. Then, he felt something unlock. Then Deku just slowly turned his arms into these big muscles. And even then, All Might was struggling hard. He was at 90% of all for one, since Deku can handle that. Now, when Deku uses his muscle mass, that will make All Might use 100%. Hammer Fist will be beyond All Might any levels of strength. I see the muscle mass. Yeah, the muscle mass is beyond All Might's strength. Deku was just hitting All Might, just going boom, boom, boom. I want to say Deku, what he's been training in. I would say he's been training in boxing. Yeah, Deku was mostly training boxing for the start of the last few years. So yeah. So Deku is an orphan, I'm pretty sure. Because that makes zero sense if Deku ran away escaping the Umbrella Corporation, and including, you know what, scratch the first part where I said he found Inko. He didn't. He's an orphan. And Deku is now basically just training. He's since he knows he's more into boxing, and All Might's having a very hard time. Deku went for that uppercut, knocking All Might out, and Deku untransformed his arms, saying, "Oh, oh no, All Might, are you okay?" And Deku checked his pulse, seeing he's still alive. He said, "Oh, thank God." And Mero said, "Holy, you're stronger than All Might." And Deku says, "Yeah, I didn't saw that one coming." And I want to say Deku slowly gained more speed. I want to say Deku doesn't go 100% his speed because he does not like it, but he does use 100% speed. He's, when Deku is in his using the evolve speed, he's probably the same speed as All Might, but if he's using the T-Virus speed, yeah, I'm going to class his speed at, um, he can, he can move faster than a normal human eye, I'm pretty sure. Wesker. I'm using the movie T-Virus. If you don't like it, sorry. And I don't really care. My video. What else? You know what? Time, yeah. Um, I don't want to say 2 minutes has passed. I'll make it up saying young Midoriya. Muriel, come here, please. And both Deku and Muriel came up. I want to ask you something. Yeah, hold on. No, never mind. That's the part I was saying. 9 months has passed. Muriel's side is finally cleaned. All my calls of them both now. Oh, give me 1 second. Alright. I'm good. I want to say a, that, I want to give Muriel, he finished the beats in 5 months, and the rest of the months, he just sparred. All Might called them both, and tells them both about One for All. And Deku says, so you can basically, give your quirk to someone else. Super interesting. And, sorry, I went blank there. I want to say Deku who denied the quirk and says Meryl deserves it 100%. And All says, why do you say that? Deku says, well, to be honest, sir, I might have even more powers that I'm not unaware of. And All says, huh, really? Yeah, and Deku says, yeah, reason why is because my quirk is, basically a biomass system. And All Might says, biomass system? What do you mean, young Midoriya? Deku says, the more food I basically eat, the more things I'm able to do. Since I'm a Sage Surfer, I can basically turn into anyone I want. But for some reason, I can't. And All Might is thinking of this. He's saying, oh, I think I understand what you're saying, young Midoriya. So, well, you have to basically consume them to gain, to, um, to become them. Yes. And Deku's saying, yeah, basically, which heroes don't do that. He, All Might saying, true, but I think you can become more of a soldier than anything else. And Deku says, no, 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 I am not going to the army. Getting flashbacks of experimentation. And All Might says, so something in military happened. And Deku says, not the military, the Umbrella Corporation. And uh, Deku says, instead of All for One, stealing the two viruses, I'm going to scratch that, and then Umbrella gave it to, telling, All for One to, find a quirkless kid and experiment on him with these two vials of the black light virus, see if you're able to do heal or whatever. And the other one's known as the T virus. It's an unknown experimental virus they have been working on. Give that to the boy as well, the child, person as well. And Deku tells All Might everything he knows about what Umbrella did to him, and telling him that they hired a villain to basically test out those two viruses on him, and the Black Light virus. And Deku says, yeah, why? And All Might says, you know what the Black Light virus in America did, ya? Don't ya? And Deku says, no, sir. He's saying, oh no. And just like, so did you ever meet James Heller? And Deku remembers to the man he is, or I think I ate him. And Deku turned into James Heller. I am going out. So that's how he does have the claws to start out with. He did eat James Heller. That is canon, well, not really canon, but you know what I mean. And Deku says, so basically a guy who ate a crazy scientist who was basically hell-bent on destroying the world. And All Might says, yes, well, it's technically your powers are not a quirk. And Deku says, can I still become a villain, even though I have a villain-based fiend inside me? And All Might says, yes. And he automatically calls up Mr. Nezu to tell him about Izuku Midoriya being uh, la- basically an experiment on just like him. And Mr. Nezu says, bring the boy here. I would like to ask him if he would like to become a hero. But I have a couple of conditions for him. And All Might says, okay. And Deku went over and talked with Mr. Nezu, who was saying, you can be in UA, you don't have to take the entry exam, but you just can't hurt anyone with your so-called quirk. Do you understand? Izuku says, of course I understand. I, I just don't know what to do anymore. I'm no longer human. And Nezu says, I'm not even human. And look at me, I'm so A-okay. Deku smiled at him. Also, plus, as I don't already have a home no more. And Nezu looks confused, saying, what do you mean, young Midoriya? I don't know where even my mother is. I've been kidnapped at a young age and ran away from the villains. I decided to try learn boxing to keep myself safe. But I don't. But I just got. I've been stealing info about boxing, like trying to find pieces of paper or anything that can teach me it. I found enough info about boxing. I just started 2 years ago. So yeah, Nezu just looks at him, saying, "I'm sorry." And I understand about being experimented on. I was experimented on too. And Deku says, I'm sorry. And then Sue says, it's okay. And, and, um, yeah. Deku asks if he still can go do the entrance exam so they make it look like he did not cheat or whatsoever. And Nezu says, that's a smart idea. And honestly, was the next day for the entrance exam. So yeah, the um so Deku just was waiting out of school before he was basically the first one out of school. Deku, and when they opened the gates, they said, this kid is quite early. And as I said, walks in front of, way up to Deku, says, you ready? And Deku says, ready I ever be, and walks in. And, give me 1 second, I was thinking, my bad. Yeah, what, I don't care. So yeah, 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 honestly, nothing, like, basically everything was canon. Um, Ida still calls out Deku because Bakugo's noticed Deku was just yelling at him, and Deku is like shy, but not that shy. He's just not comfortable talking to new people. So yeah. So anyways, Deku stands up, looks at Ida, and says, "I'm not even fucking talking." And I just have a revelation yesterday, so I don't even want to talk. Try talking to yourself. Got. And Deku sits down, even leaving Bakugo super surprised. And both of them just shut up. But, oh, Ida did ask a question before her, well, yeah, hold on. I'm just, forget. I am tired, kind of, so I'm not in the right mind to make a video, but I'm going to try. Uh, what should I do? Deku was just, no, ooh, almost forgot the theme for Uraraka. Uraraka did, um, Deku did not chip, but Uraraka, Deku cancels Uraraka falling. And just so you know, Deku does not have one for all, Miro does. So yeah. Uh, Deku, walks, it's just waiting for the, gate. When, then, before the gate opens, Deku sees Uraraka, um, shaking very nervously. He goes up. Ida, um, goes in front of him. He tells Deku, "Viz, are you trying to bug that girl, making her lose, and try not to get into you?" And Deku just looks at him and tells Ida, says, "Oh, it's you. The most annoying person right now. Like I said, I have a epiphany yesterday, and no, I'm not going to make her lose. She's shaking like a leaf. Leave me the hell alone. Ah, you're dumber than a bag of rocks." Ooh, English. And Ida got mad and saying, "You're saying I'm an idiot? How rude." And Deku says, "You're acting like one right now. You don't even know if I was friends with her. Jeez. Get focused yourself. You're going to lose." And Deku walks over to Uraraka, cheering her up, saying, "Nervous?" And Uraraka says, "Yeah, are you?" Deku says, "Very." even, even after 10 months of training, you still get the butterflies in your stomach. Even, Deku does not say, Deku won't tell anyone he's automatically in. He's just wanting to prove himself. And, Uraraka says, asks what your quirk is. Let's cut back in a little bit of time. S- Um, Mr. Nezu, so we keep my abilities a secret and just say, I'm quirkless. And Nezu says, that might be a smart idea, young Midoriya. I don't want anyone knowing anyone's infected with black light virus here. And says, yeah, keep it a secret for now. Try hold off on your abilities. In present time, Deku says, well, I'll tell you once we're in, alright? And we start. Um, I want to say about 20 minutes has passed. Deku has destroyed about, 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes has passed. Deku has destroyed about, oh, 10 3-pointers, 20 2-pointers, and 6 1-pointers. This is Deku holding his strength back. Under a minute, I want to say he can destroy about 100. He will destroy all the robots under a minute. And Deku, no, then the big robot comes out. Deku looks at and says, so that's the 0-pointer, huh? That's one big motherfucker. And he hears screaming. He looks down, and sees Uraraka trapped under some rubble. He runs over to Uraraka, and he has no choice but use a little bit of his power to lift up the rubble. And Deku knows he's already too slow, so he decides to use more than half of his power, jumping. Basically, he did the same amount of damage in cannon, but without breaking any of his bones. Deku says, shit, I'm not supposed to use my power like this. Yeah, I guess it's a handsome quirk for now. Actually, you know what? Scratch the part of being quirkless. This Deku says, so we just say it's a enhancement type quirk? Yeah, so it's labeled down as enhancement type of quirk. So, Deku says, shit, was not supposed to use that much power. Whoops. Yeah, oh well. Mr. Nezu will understand. And so, Deku carries Rocket to, Inquiry Girl. And Deku, starts to walk off. I believe he just has sprained ankle, so Uraraka run. Honestly, see runs towards Deku, says, "Hey, wait up! Thank you for saving me." Deku looks over and says, "No problem. Any hero would do that." Uraraka says, "You're right. We are trained to become heroes." And Deku does. I want to say one of his eyes just started hurting out of nowhere, because I want to say the visions are starting to come in, and Deku just shakes his head and said, "Yeah, I have to go now. Um, so see you later." And Deku leaves. I want to say he just went to the other side of the building, waited for everyone. Mr. Then Mr. Nezu, came out saying, "Ah, there you are, young Midoriya. I was looking for you." And Deku jumps up in surprise. Deku was sitting there for about 3 hours, and he was asleep. And Deku says, "Oof, not a good place to take a nap at." And Nezu says, "Really? You were sleeping?" And Deku says, "Yeah, I got tired." And Nezu says, "Makes sense. Mm, I'm going to keep going." Deku was just... yeah. Deku made it to 1A, of course. Eh, Deku, on the first day of UA, Deku was trying. He found 1A. He was the first one there. The second one will be, I see, Ida and Momo will show up at the same time. And Deku will introduce himself to Momo, saying hi, and Ida walks up, apologizing to Deku. Oh, and Deku did got first place in the entrance exam. Yeah, Ida says, "You must be really strong to get first place." He's, "What's your quirk?" "It's just enhancement, nothing too special." Ida says, "Ah, okay." And those three were just talking. Ida says sorry about how rude he was, and Deku says, accepts his apology, and he says, "I'm sorry as well, being so rude, but let's just save those things so you can't get off my back." And Ida says, "Yes, I understand." And I did have it coming to me. And Uraka walks in, saying, "Hey, it's you, Deku. I mean, Izuku, right?" And Izuku says, "You just can call me Deku." And, and, um, everyone starts coming in. Deku says, alright, we should all shut it down and start being quiet. Classes by start. Ida agrees. And so everyone starts quieting down, and Eraserhead or Aizawa gets up and saying, "You guys did pretty good. Well, I still want to give you a test, but there won't be any punishments to this test because you guys are pretty well behaved." And Aizawa says, "I know there's assembly, but I can run this test I can run this class however I want." So yeah. And, and, yeah, that's basically all I gotta say. Just put these uniforms on, and I think you guys get the drill. Deku got up and started walking out of the classroom with 0 questions. He automatically knows who this is. As always says, I guess he got the point. And Ida says, "But sir, is it mandatory to go to the assembly?" And Aizawa says, "Does it look necessary?" Ida says, "Alright." And everyone went down to go get chains. I want to say, Minna was being a little trying to be a little creep. Deku looks at Minna saying, "If you look through that hole, well, I'm going to knock you out, boy." And Minna says, "No, you won't." Deku walks up to Minna, knocks him out. I told you. And covers up the hole with his bare fist. And and Kirishima says, "Wow, well, you're pretty strong to knock someone out." And Deku says, "I even knocked out All Might." Kirishima looks at him, says, "Wait, you got in a fight with All Might?" Deku says, "No, we were sparring, and I accidentally knocked him out." And Kirishima says, "Wait, you two were sparring?" Deku says, "He offered to train me, so I accepted it." And everyone, when they hear Deku knocked out All Might, Bakugo says, "Bullshit." And, and Deku says, "You can even ask him yourself. He's cheating here this year, if I remember correctly." And Jiro, the earphone jack girl, she heard this and she told everyone in the famous locker room, I never knew Izuku Midori was that strong." And Roka says, "What do you mean he's so that strong?" Jiro says, "Well, apparently he knocked out All Might just by accident." And they all says, "What?" And they were in surprise, except for Roka. Roka says, "That's not so surprising after he dealt with that giant robot." And and I'm going to cut over right now to Umbrella and All For One. All For One saying the experiment escaped about 10 years ago. And they all said, Umbrella says, "You need to find him. You know how dangerous he could be with just alone with the Black Light virus. We don't even know what the T-virus can do." And All For One says, "Yeah, I get it, but you should never give the villain that type of power in the first place, is let alone a child. So now he could look like anyone else. He knows how to use those powers effectively." And Umbrella says, "You're right, but damn, what a waste. And we cannot give you Black Light virus since that was the only sample we had left. You let him consume James Heller. That was a horrible idea." Yeah, well, maybe next time you figure out a better way to contain it. And we want you to find that boy now. Oh, if we hear you fail this mission, All For One, I swear, this won't be the last time you hear from us." And All For One says, "Don't forget, you give me an experiment with T-virus. I will inject myself if I have to." And the higher ups at Umbrella says, "You will not do that. You don't even know what it does." And All for One says, "Sigur Kirigiri, bring me the virus." And oops, memes. Just ignore that. And All for One injects himself with it, saying, "You say I wouldn't, and I did. Now you will be sorry for messing with me." And this is where I'm going to leave it off. I am going to do the test tomorrow, maybe, depends. I might make another Tremors episode. So yeah, if you like it, thank you. If you dislike it, let me know. If you sub, thank you. And please do share. I need my videos to get out more. And all of you have a good night.